Alright, so I thought I'd do a quick little overview of the Kimber Ultra CDP II, or the Kimber Custom Defense Package, and do a quick safety check. Nothing in the magazine. Real quick, this is a Wilson Combat magazine. As many of you know, the Kimber magazines are rubbish, so I like to replace those Kimber magazines, well, the one Kimber magazine you get with a Wilson. This one is the legendary, I think this is a 7-round, might be the 8-round. I can double check that and put it in the description. But it is a Wilson magazine with that black finish. I think in the Kimbers, it looks pretty nice. Now you'll always get that little piece of metal sticking out usually, so I like the black finish. Anyways, nothing in there. Pop that safety up. We'll just go ahead and throw that back in there. Alright, so the Ultra CDP II from Kimber's Custom Shop. This is a production 1911, but coming out of Kimber's Custom Shop means that a gunsmith will take the time to hand fit the slide to the frame, and as you can see, that slide to frame fit, and even the grip safety fits very, very, very nice. There's some oil coming off the rails there and out of the grip safety. And if you also look, the fit, again, there's some oil there. The trigger to this frame is also an excellent fit. There's no scratches on the side of the trigger. One thing you can do is, if you go to a gun shop and you pick up a 1911, what you'll notice from basically Kimber, or Kimber's price point, maybe $1,200 on up, if you take a look at the finish and the fit and finish on these 1911s, you'll notice that you won't see any scratches on the trigger, and all that stuff will be very tight. So Kimber, and then if you go to fully custom guns, this is a production gun like I said, but if you go to, say, Ed Brown, Wilson Combat, Nighthawk Custom, those guns, their fit and finish is even tighter. It's even nicer, but this is about half the price of those, and you're still getting great fit and finish. Now this gun has an aluminum frame that is painted. I wish it was parkerized or blued, but it is painted, and I really like the bitone look with these gorgeous wood grips. I think it's just a fantastic looking gun. The color on this video is pretty accurate. If anything, these grips are more orange than they are red, but the video is pretty accurate. Another nice thing you get is you're going to get 20 lines per inch checkering underneath the trigger guard and on the front strap, and it's not carried through here, which lets you get a nice grip underneath the trigger guard. Nice positive grip, and then when you come in, you have something to grip on this index finger here, and you get a really nice purchase on this firearm. That, along with the beaver tail grip safety, it fits in your hand, and no one's going to argue that John Moses Browning designed this wrong, because he really did the handgun world and the firearm world in general a favor when he designed the 1911, because this grip angle just feels perfect. This gun is bushingless, as you can see. It's a bull barrel in there. Let me show you that. And you do need a tool to take this down properly, though you can do a field strip without a tool. The finish on this slide, this is a stainless steel slide, is almost a bead blasted finish. It's still very smooth, but there's some texture, which is more of an aesthetic thing than a functional thing. The serrations are still, even though this is a smoother finish, the serrations are still great for getting those press checks and not doing anything goofy off the front end of the gun, but it's a great little carry package. It has that melt treatment that Kimber does where there's really no sharp edges, so you can carry this firearm inside the waistband very, very, very easily, whether it's a Kydex holster, a leather holster, or even a nylon pocket holster. It just slides into that holster very nicely. Hammer and trigger are skeletonized. Many of you have probably seen the other Kimber style trigger where it's sort of 3 holes that are machined out of the trigger. I like this on this particular firearm and on the Eclipse line, how it's just 2 cuts. I think aesthetically it looks a little bit classier. Some would argue that a handgun's a tool and aesthetics don't really matter, but if you're like me, you like bi-tone guns or tri-tone with the wood grips, and little touches like that make the firearm fun to own. Make this a little mini barbecue gun, something you can show off to your friends and be like, hey, check this thing out. It's pretty, and it's also functionally awesome. It's got night sights. They're fairly bright. They're not the best sights in the world. I wish you could manipulate the slide with the rear sight, but Kimber really wanted to carry that melt finish through the sights, so you can't really do anything. You can't manipulate the slide off your belt or off your pants or with your hand, which is a bummer, but sights are easily replaceable. Another thing I'm not too happy about is the MIM parts and the plastic mainspring housing. It doesn't make me upset, doesn't bother me. I just wish, there was a little bit nicer part on a gun that's $1,200 or $1,300, depending on where you live. That being said, I still think it's pretty good value. If you went out and bought an Ed Brown, a Nighthawk, or a Wilson that's similar to this with an aluminum frame, and you ordered one custom from them, you're going to end up paying close to $3,000. So I think this gets you pretty close to one of those as far as fit and finish, but you're staying under $1,500 with tax, which I think's nice. Now, there are 1911s like Springfield or other companies out there that make this size 1911 that are well under $1,000. Those are great 1911s. There's also this one. So you depending on what you can do financially, you can always find a good 1911 in this size. And I think this size 1911 really has no compromises. You're getting a big enough grip. I have fairly small hands or medium to small hands, but you're not compromising too much on the grip. You can always get this size barrel with a longer grip as well. Kimber calls them the plus line, so you get the Ultra CDP Plus. I don't need it though. Anyways, that's sort of just an overview of the Ultra CDP II. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll answer it as quickly as possible. I might compare this to a few other carry pieces that I own. I might not. Depends how much time I have. Anyways, I know there's a lot of Ultra CDP II videos on YouTube. I just thought I'd throw another one up there because I know people looking to buy firearms like to turn to YouTube and to forums, and I just thought I'd throw this video up there. Thanks for watching.